buzz at the show has been about healthcare reform. AOPA has designed and built a model of the ideal office of the future as a tool to help practitioners learn how to generate more revenue per practitioner, increase profit margins, and work smarter in the changing face of the healthcare landscape. I'm here with Paul Prusakowski, CPO and fellow of the Academy, who helped design this facility. Paul, let's go through the facility and you tell us a little bit about the difference between a standard current O&P office and the ideal office of the future.
All right. Well, a lot of what you're going to see today isn't so much a difference in physical layout of the facility as much as it is a change in mindset of how we're going to be operating in the future. One of the things that we do now in our practices that needs to change is the practitioner is doing too much of the busy work, and the administrative staff is keeping themselves busy doing a lot of paperwork and things that are unnecessary. That in order for us to be more effective and more profitable in the future, we need to learn how to delegate and effectively use technology to minimize a lot of the overhead and extra work that we're all doing. So it's a really clean approach. So if we look through this office, it's a very simplified facility. There's not a lot of paperwork. There's no file cabinets. There's no paper files. It's all electronic medical records. This is what's happening. The patient's going to come into the front office, and before they even get to the office, they would have registered online, so all their information is already at the facility. They're going to be using digital signatures and scanners, so there's not a lot of photocopying and traditional paper type processes occurring. So that's how it all starts in the very beginning. The big elements of the Office of the Future that AOPA is presenting is the use of care extenders. It's a whole concept of changing the mindset of the way we run our offices, and that the practitioner is going to take advantage of support staff that they're calling care extenders, which could be a prosthetic orthotic assistant, a podorthist, a fitter, somebody that's going to help the practitioner do the sort of nitty-gritty of the basic patient care, and the practitioner is going to be the one that oversees all of that care and does initial evaluations and assessments, and then allows their care extender to do most of the treatment. Utilization of technology in the Office of the Future is going to be critical. Having computers in each of the patient rooms so that you can use the computer to educate the patient, use the internet as a tool to pull up information about devices or prosthetic componentry that they might be using, or about even their diseases that they're dealing with, is a really important thing. It's also going to be important to use that computer to communicate with other people in your office from within the exam room when you're with the patient. This is a CAD system here. You're utilizing CAD, so you're not using plaster. You get the information into the computer quickly, and then manipulating that and sending it off to a central fab is really the way of the future that we can start using today. One of the most important things about the Office of the Future is the strong reliance on technology to operate our practices. We have to operate our practices on an operating system, where it's one system, one practice management solution that's taking care of your office from the first time the patient checks in all the way through to the final stage of billing. It's going to be really important that the practitioner is using that software to delegate information to both technicians, care extenders, administrative staff, and using it to monitor the workflow and monitor the actions of the different care extenders that they're working with. So the use of the practice management software truly as an operating system is going to be critical for all the other efficiencies to work in the future office.
So the Office of the Future, it sounds like, is really more about processes than devices.
It's about changing the mindset of how you're going to operate your practice, operating at a very streamlined method, changing the way you've been doing things in the past. One of the big concepts is the idea of the care extender, and this area over here represents how the practitioner is the center of coordinating all the care within the prosthetic facility, while they're utilizing support staff, such as this care extender, who's going to be working with the patient. The practitioner is going to do the initial assessment. They're going to be utilizing technology such as tablet PCs, electronic medical records, and electronic evaluation tools, so that they can assess the patient, determine what a course of action should be, and then delegate that work to their care extenders and oversee multiple patients being taken care of at the same exact time. This would be similar to a physical therapy model or to a dental office where the dentist sees multiple patients, but they have the dental hygienists doing a lot of the detail work. Or in the physical therapy office where the physical therapist coordinates care among multiple patients, where the physical therapy assistants are actually doing the physical work with the patients while the main therapist just assesses their work.